Grace and peace to you all, my beloved. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Beloved, today is the 15th day of the 4th month of the year 2021. By the grace of God, I am alive here and you are alive there. This is Reverend Pimpong. Okay, and the temperature here is 60 degrees Celsius. In fact, earlier it was about 57, so I had to put in this jacket just for some warmth. But it's gone up to 60 degrees, about 15.7 degrees Celsius. That's what the temperature is here. The sun has come up, and so it's getting a little warmer. But by the grace of God, I am walking. Today, I've changed the route. I had to take the car to the shop, and so here I am walking on White Oak Street. The White Oak Street leads to the landfill, so you can see this truck that just parked past me going to the landfill. It's a lonely road, a winding one. Very nice one to walk. Of course, you don't have sidewalks here, so I have to be very careful. But, you know, the car is there being worked on. While they are working on the car, they say it takes about an hour and a half. So I'm going to use that hour and a half fruitfully by walking, by walking, exercising my joints, my everything. And it's been fun walking this lonely road, as I said. Lonely, winding road. It meanders, meanders, and it's undulating up and down. My beloved, walking is good. It's good for you, it's good for me, it's good for our lungs, it's good for every part of your being, and I cannot say enough about how much of a help it has been to me walking since I started walking aggressively. Prior to this, I've been walking, but not as it has been since 2017 when I seriously undertook to walking every day, miles and miles. God's grace enabling me to do that. And with that, my A1C3 was reversed from 6.8 all the way down to 5.4, and not only that, my sleep apnea was reversed. No more unnecessary snoring and incessant stoppage of breathing and all that. Those are gone. The Lord doing it, and other things God has done, regulating every part of my being, all through walking. And listen, my beloved, we were created to walk. Thank God for inventions, for transportation, for car. We need all of that. But we don't have to let that take away walking. Make time. We have to make time to walk. It's good for your lungs. It's good for your heart. It's good for your joints, your ligaments. It's good for every part of your being. It's good for your brains. It's good for your eyesight, for hearing, everything. Because you see, as you and I walk, we allow the blood to be able to flow, circulate freely, smoothly. It also helps stem off coagulation and all that. So it's good. And also helps your lungs to rejoice. Because can you imagine the lungs rejoicing just because it's getting fresh air outside, fresh air, enjoying the fresh air. And the fresh air exchange of gas, oxygen and all that is good for your body. So, beloved, let's make time to walk. Make time. Let's stop making excuses. Oh, I don't have time, I work. Well, we have to work, yes, but make time. You make time for some other things. Make time for parties. Make time for all those things. So why don't you and I make time for walking, which is good for your health, for longevity, So I want to encourage you, my beloved. God gives us grace, see a truck, see the truck just past me, going to the landfill. So I'm walking on the left. I'll circle around, get onto Summit Avenue, and then walk back along Summit Avenue to 16th Street, and perhaps to Cone, and then make a right, and then head off towards Taylor Tie, where my car is. By the time I get there, I may have walked maybe 6 miles or 7 miles. But back to what I'm talking about. See, God enables you and I. The Lord gives grace. He gives grace so that you and I can be able to walk. Please tap into that grace. Tap into that grace, the grace that God gives. And for me, everything hinges on grace. Okay, if you talk about diligence, being diligent, working every day, it's not because I am diligent. No, it's because of the grace of God. The grace of God enabled me to be diligent. Okay, the grace of God enabled me to be diligently walking, because you see, you wake up some morning, you don't feel like doing it. You don't feel like walking. So it takes the grace of God. And the grace of God enables me to move on, to do, even when I don't feel like. The grace of God. And hence that diligence. So my beloved, you and I, you can also join in this. You can be diligent. Grace, the grace of God will enable you to be. I want to show you something now. There's some extractions going on here. There's construction going on. If you can see, let me turn the camera, and you see these are people from the city, and they are doing some work here. There's a major work going on here. You see, these are rocks, and I don't know where these rocks came from. Wow, I love it. This huge boulder rocks. This is our sewage treatment plant, waste treatment plant. That's where it is, where all the sewage in the northeast part of Greensboro comes, and that's it. The sewage plant. And then farther to the other end is the landfill. So you see these boulder rocks right here, and you see these people seriously busily at work. And that one good thing, very busy at work. You see, that's one good thing here about the US, for that matter, for this city, and for that matter, the whole of US. I mean, it's a constant repairs, maintenance, and making sure that things are right. No nation can make any progress for that. No city or state or nation can make any progress when there is no maintenance of property. Sadly, or unfortunately, there are certain areas of the world today where, you put up a very nice edifice today. Everybody rejoices. There is a grand opening and all that. And it's just only to let it stay and rot. Roads, the same, are very dilapidated. It's so sad when you see certain areas in the world today, certain parts of the world today. It's so sad, and I don't want to call names, but it's so sad. And if you are watching and you happen to be any of those nations, please, and you happen to be one who has, the ability to command work to be done, to repair things, do it. It is sad that you have some leaders from nations around the world. They travel, they go to the European countries, they come to the developed world, and they see these things happening. Sadly, none of them cares. What they care about is stuffing their foreign bank accounts with money that is supposed to be earmarked for maintenance of properties, dilapidated roads, buildings that are looking so the painting looks so bad, cracks and all those things. It is my prayer that is taken care of. I just had to show you that to see what goes on in this neck of the wood. And Greensboro is just a small city, here in North Carolina. Now take that and multiply by the other cities in this country, but all of them follow the same pattern. They have to constantly, there should be maintenance, road maintenance, installations, maintenance of installations, maintenance of everything, And I think the nations, other the the underdeveloped or the underdeveloped nations would learn from this. Anyway, let me not let that take away from the benefits of walking. Of course, one of the benefits of walking is being able to bump or stumble into some of this development that is going on, and I can just capture it live and show it to you. Part of the walking helps you also get to see nature. Okay, you see nature. You see these. Look at these trees. Just look at this forest. This forest, very rich. When I went to Ghana, 2017, oh my, we went through some area around the Kosombo area. There's a road leading through that place, cutting through, coming to Accra, and you see this beautiful forestry, groves and the trees and everything, and that's I love to see that. And here you see, look at these beautiful trees, wonderful, with the flowers on them and all that, well maintained, well kept. You can't just come and say you are cutting for firewood. You'll be arrested. Everything, the law works. You cannot come and cut these trees and say you're going to use it for firewood. You'll be arrested. If it's not your property, you can't touch it. Okay? So here I am walking on a white street, heading towards Phillips Avenue, and I'll make a right on Phillips Avenue and then onto Summit. Make a right on Phillips Avenue as I walk a short distance to the intersection of Phillips Avenue and Summit. Then I make a right on Summit and head towards East Cone Boulevard. And then from East Cone Boulevard, I walk all the way straight to the shop where my car is being fixed. Okay. Sister Margaret, one of Mama Lule's daughters, lives around this area. Anyway, so this is Pastor Pimpong, my beloved, bringing to you my early morning walk with Jesus Christ. Let me see how many miles I've walked now thus far. Well, not that many, about 3 miles so far. Okay, but I am not yet done. It's just the beginning. And the Lord has been so good, has given me the grace and the ability to walk. I thank Him. In the mid 80s and way into the mid 90s, when I was working as an independent newspaper contractor, I deliver about 600 newspapers. That's how many. And I had the whole of this neighborhood. I'll show you the whole of the neighborhood that I deliver. I am walking towards that place. And it begins from that side all the way up to the Woodmere Park area. I mean, most of those parts called Woodmere Park. But then it goes all the way by Wood Road, Woodbriar, and all the adjoining places. All the houses were in my contract. I'll deliver early in the morning. Early in the morning, I'll do that. And not only that I do that early in the morning. Then in the afternoon, I'll go to a regular job. In the evening, I go and do the teaching at the upward bound program at A&T State University. So I had a lot on my plate. And not only that, after you finish, then you have to go and collect the money from the customers at the end of the month. Sometimes you go and you are told to come back. But I had to do it. And by the grace of God, look at where we are now. And I'll do that. Then Added on top to that is crusades, evangelism, the administration of the gospel, which we do every week, crusades. So it was a heavily loaded work. I was doing a whole lot by the grace of God. Amen. So yeah. So here's started here. I start from here. All the houses from here. All these houses. And you circle through. This is White Street and this is Wellington Drive. I'll deliver all the papers across and it goes into that side. Now you have this bush. There used to be a company structure here. It has been pulled down. It's now an empty place. So there are houses all the way behind this. And this extends farther down the road all the way. Mine. And I will deliver all those papers to 600 homes. Can you imagine that? 600 homes. Start at 4 o'clock in the morning and finish at least by 7. I should be done. Okay, and I did that for a good 14 years. I had to quit when my third born boy was born. I had some flashes, when I was almost like, I don't know whether it was stroke, some severe pains on the back twice. And I said, no, I don't want the risk of having a stroke when I have to be around to take care of my children. So that is when I gave it up. But I did it for 14 years, delivering newspapers, whether cold or hot, in the snow, or delivering papers, driving, sliding. It was not an easy one. Okay, especially the Sunday newspapers then was very heavy, thick, but I had to deliver all of them. And by the grace of God, we did that. Okay, now you see, these are the houses that I delivered. All these houses here. I delivered all these houses. See, this is the reason why I had to carry this golf club in case I encounter. So you see all these homes? These are all the homes. They are beyond in the houses. And I have to deliver them all. Okay. All these houses. So we really, it was a lot of work to be done. And one good thing in America is the fact that, if you want to make it, you can make it. There's a lot of work around. If you want to make it, you can make it. If you don't lazy around, if you want to make it, you can make it. So you see all these places where all my customers. Hello. These are all my customers here. All of them. It's been a long time. It's been a while. But I really enjoyed it. You wake up early in the morning to go and get your papers and fill your car up with papers. How many cars haven't I changed? The first car I used was a Chrysler import. The Newport. It's a Newport. It's a Dodge. Something Newport. I had a very scary, incident where I had filled the car up. It was a Sunday morning, going to deliver the papers. I drove into another one lady's yard. After having delivered the papers to her, reversed and trying to go forward, and the car will not go. It was only going reversing. Come to find out that the transmission was gone on the car. The transmission was gone on the car. So it could only go reverse, no, not go forward. So what do you do in that situation? I still trying to figure out how I came out of that situation, but it was very harrowing, a very harrowing one. But by the grace of God, it was done eventually. So this is, all this neighborhood where my customers who have been delivering to. There's a lady, this is, my good friend George Hall. This was his house. George Hall was one of the guys who was helping me, one of the guys who joined me in the crusades when I was doing crusades. That's how we met, and he joined to come to the crusades to help set up chairs and all that. And so these are the houses, all this house. And then there's a lady here, she's still alive, Mrs. Jarrell. Oh my, she's in her 90s now, and a very great lady. So you see all these houses now, so you can imagine the kind of work that I was doing. It was a lot. 4 o'clock you're up. No, you have to be there by 4 o'clock to pick up the vehicle. So by 3 o'clock you're up. And not only that, there are times that I will sub for some other persons. There's a guy who also does the Wall Street Journal. I was delivering a news and record. But there's a guy who also delivers the Wall Street Journal. And the Wall Street Journal, you have to pick it up somewhere around 12 o'clock in the morning. So can you imagine? And it's a big one. So if I sub for that person, that means that the whole night I will not sleep. But that is what it took to make it to where we are now, by the grace of God. So all these houses, okay? These are just the back of the houses. I'm just a fraction of them. But it goes farther down, way down, about 2 miles, about 1.5 miles down on Phillips Avenue, all the houses in that area are the houses that I'll be delivering. Okay, I'll deliver those houses. So, just to show you what I did during those days, by the grace of God, and here I am today. God protecting me and keeping me alive through all those experiences in terms of being an independent newspaper distributor. That's what I did from 1985. I did that. Amen. I did that. Amen. While teaching at the same time. You can't just put all your eggs in one basket. No. So, and then you come to, this is the television station, News 2. So my customers, this is the starting point. So News 2, then I go into this area, come out, and then I'll show you. Then come out, and then, so that's the News 2. I go there, deliver their papers, put it on the porch over there, right there. Okay, and then, so then begin with all these houses. Begin with all these houses. All these houses. Go all the way down. All the way down. You see how long it is? And I lived on Bonnell Lane, down there at that time. But all the way up. And from all this place down. So this is Pastor Pimpong, and here I am. Now I have to make a right here. I have to make a right. Let me hurry and get out of the way of this. Make a right on Phillips Avenue. I'm walking Phillips Avenue, heading towards the junction of Summit. So now you can see how far I've walked. I walked from the church. I took the street, East Cone Boulevard, all the way past Evangel Fellowship Church to the road. There's a new road over there. Make a right, heading towards the landfill. And then from the landfill, made a right on White Street. And here I am. Here I am. You know, there is nothing that you and I cannot do. All it takes is you set your mind to it. Don't allow fear to keep you from doing what you can do. Okay, that is walking. So here I am. I am right here, walking on Phillips Avenue, and walking on Phillips Avenue. Yes, Phillips Avenue. Walking on Phillips Avenue, heading towards Summit. Walking on Phillips Avenue, heading towards Summit. Heading towards Summit. And that's Christ Apostolic Church. My beloved brother, Pastor Jenky, is the pastor of this church. Christ Apostolic Church. And so here you are. So you have Summit. It's in full view. So I'm walking to Summit, and then I'll make a right. I'll cross Summit and make a right on Summit. Okay. I wouldn't want to go down here because that place could be a little risky. So I'm going rather onto Summit, directly onto Summit, and then walk, make a right on Summit. I could walk straight across and go and surprise my Sunday because she lives down there. But I think by now my car should be ready, so I would not do that today. Yeah, I am. I'll let this car stand, and after they've turned, then I'll cross to Summit. So yeah, I am. Mrs. Jones. She didn't see me. Uh-oh. So here I cross. So now I make a right. Well, maybe I make a right. I could easily say, I was going to say hello to my Sunday, but so here is it. Okay. So here I am on Summit, heading towards Taylor Tie. I wish I could keep you all on till I finish the walk. But I don't know if the battery can hold. Okay, that this is a land for sale by Summit. Summit is for sale. It's industrial land. I don't know to be a nice church to acquire, to build the church here. Well, I don't know, could be, but then we'll see. So here I am. I'm walking arm in arm with Jesus, trusting him to lead the way. For I know that if I only will cling to him, he will never let me go astray. For I am trusting in Jesus, trusting in Jesus all along the way. For I am trusting in Jesus, trusting in Jesus all the way. Beloved, it's been a great walk. Thank God for the grace and for the ability to be able to do this work. It is of his mercies, it is of his loving kindness that has enabled me. And for that, I am very, very thankful to God. Very, very much appreciative to God. As I said, diligence doesn't come easy. Diligence is not by your own, any human effort. Diligence is by the grace of God. And you can be diligent at the work that you are doing, but not in your own strength. It's the grace of God. Even those who don't believe in God and they are hard working, it's all grace. It's all grace. It takes the grace of God. Grace leads us from sin, and grace enables all humans to function on a daily basis, because the grace of God is extended to all. The only thing that so many of us, we frustrate the grace of God. We frustrate it. And because of the frustration, we should I use the word frustration, or we just take it for granted? But it takes the grace of God to be diligent. And it is the grace of God that enables me to walk daily. It is the grace of God that enables me to show diligence in what I'm doing. The grace of God. And it's the same grace of God that God is extending your way to enable you to also start walking and be diligent at it. Okay? The Lord will help you, will enable you. Okay? Let me show you the road ahead. You can see the road behind that I am covering. You can see behind what I'm covering. I've covered, by the grace of God, a very long stretch of road. But just look at ahead. You see where the cars are going all further down. Okay, the first traffic light is 16th Street, but I'm going to the second traffic light, which is Eastcombe, and then I'll make a right at that junction and head off towards Telotai. I could also make a right here on 16th Street and then walk all the way to Telotai, on the back side of Telotai. So we'll see. I think I'll prefer going straight and then making a right on this Boulevard and then go straight to Telotai. So you see the road ahead of me. See. Now, this is Cone Health, I believe, has bought this property and they use it as a storage place. Okay. It's good to have money and to have it the right way, It's good because when you have money, by the grace of God, you're able to do much. Properties come up, you want to buy. It's good to have money, but it's not good to make money your goal or objective in life, or to make money your God. Okay, if by the grace of God you have money, thank God and give him all the glory, and make sure you become a conduit that God will use you as a channel of blessing to others who don't have. Okay, so The Lord is always good. The Lord is plenteous in mercy. The Lord is always good. And He wants to show you, my beloved, His goodness. His goodness is extended to you. All you need to do is to tap into it. All you need to do is to respond to it. All you need to do is to wake up to it. So the theme for the year, awake to righteousness and sin not. Awake unto righteousness and sin not. The Lord is plenteous in mercy. He abounds in mercy and long suffering. He is always good. Hallelujah. The Lord is always good. So I want to show you what is going on again. Traffic lights. See the road. And I have walked 4.17 miles thus far. 4.17 miles thus far. Still walking by the grace of God. Still walking. The Lord being so good to me. And as I walk, I wave at everybody. And some will wave back, others will not. But that's fine. Mine is to wave at everybody, to put a joy in the hearts of as many as the Lord will have me to do. Wave at them, put a smile with a smiling face. Let them know that it is possible to have joy even in a bleak. And a bleak climate is good. It's always possible to have joy. Why? Because of Jesus Christ in your heart. Okay. Let your light so shine before men that they may see and give glory to the Lord God that you and I serve. The joy of the Lord is our strength in spite of the gloominess of the moment. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Yes, sir. How you doing? By the grace of God. Amen. So, here you are. This is our, this is a building, a place where they keep, what do you call it? The people who are near death. I've forgotten the name for it. But these two buildings separate, so they bring them there. If I remember, I'll bring it to you. There's a kids session. People who have critical ailments and who are at the point of near death or whatever it is. That's what they are. Anyway. But the Lord is good. Some wave at me first, and some will honk their horns. But it's taking me some time. I am at the first traffic light. This is 16th Street. You can see the 16th Street. The red light is on, and I'll cross 16th Street and head off to So I've crossed 16th Street, and so here I am. I'm heading off to the next junction, which is going to be East Cone Boulevard. I may have to cross the road at this juncture since I've been making a right. I'll cross the road on 17th Street to cross the road. Well, I'll wait because there's no sidewalk over there, and since I've been walking with my back facing the traffic, that's not a good one. So I have to continue in this to the traffic light, and then I'll make a right there. It's always good when you are walking to face oncoming traffic, okay, to make sure that you know what is going on in front of you. You don't want your back to be facing traffic, because when you do that, I mean, the traffic coming in your direction, because you will not know what is happening behind you. It's always good to face traffic to see what is going on in front of you. Okay. So here I am. So here I am, walking. I've crossed 17th Street. I'm now crossing 18th Street. Wow, I never knew that there was an 18th Street. I knew of 17th Street apartment, but I hadn't even seen a street until now. So you see what walking does. Walking enables you to see and to know your neighborhood. Of course, for me, delivering the newspapers in those in the 80s and 90s allowed me or enabled me to know the neighborhood well, to know places, to be able to navigate my way through the community, you know. But walking also has really elevated it to a different level, okay, you know. Walking. So here I'm crossing 19th Street also. This is 19th Street. Wow. 19th Street. Okay. So there is 16th Street, 17th Street, 18th Street, 19th Street. Could there be 20th Street too? Let's see. Hopefully there'll be 20th Street. 19th Street, 20th Street. Yep. There's a street coming. There should be 20th Street. And that makes it complete. Wow. That's interesting. These are all things, all streets that I would not have known had I not taken this walk today. You know, if I finished this, I would have walked. In a square shape, yeah, in a rectangle. Oh wow! So here comes 20th Street. 20th Street. Wow! I should have filmed, but you see, that's 20th Street. The 20th Street. And here you have East Cone Boulevard, a traffic light. That's the East Cone Boulevard. East Cone Boulevard. The me hurry and cross here. I'll cross here and walk on the grass instead of on the sidewalk. Yeah. So that's East Cone Boulevard. And hopefully there's a sidewalk there. And since there's a sidewalk, then I can afford to walk. With my back to traffic, because then I will be on the sidewalk. Oh yes, there's a sidewalk. Yeah, there's a sidewalk, so now I can afford to walk with my back facing the traffic because I'm on the sidewalk. Okay, so here I am, the last street, heading towards Taylor Tie, where my truck is. Heading towards Taylor Tie, where my truck is. So we'll conclude at Taylor Tie, my beloved. Those are the batteries holding on. So at least you can see about 3/4 of my walk. You've really joined me in this walk. If you are watching the whole of this walk, then you really were part with me in walking. And that's for me an honor, because it means that you are watching or looking out for me, my safety. Okay? Listen, God bless you. I appreciate you all for taking the time to watch this video, my early morning walk with Jesus Christ. I know this, that there is nothing in this life that you and I are encountering without Christ can succeed. You can't succeed without Christ in any of the encounters in this world. But with Christ, yeah, you will succeed. The Lord will help you. The Lord will help you. We started very small, my wife and I. By the grace of God, look at where the Lord has brought us. Did we have encounters? Yes. For most of you also, you've had great encounters, and the Lord has brought you through. Okay? Let's keep our hands in the hands of the Lord. Don't ever, my beloved, let us not ever credit our successes to our diligence. No, you are successful not because you are diligent. You and I are successful because of the grace of God that enabled you and I to be diligent. It is the grace of God that provides for us the engine, provides for us that heavenly crude oil that enables us to be diligent in all that we do. Grace of God can never be taken out of anything. Anything. Don't ever create the impression, that it is your own hard work that has brought you where you are, or your own diligence. No. It is God's grace that enables you and I. And for me, it is the grace of God that enables me on a daily basis to walk. In spite of the pains, there are pains sometimes, hip pains, joint pains, all coming from the walk. But the next day, the Lord refreshes us and gives us grace to continue. It's just the grace of God. So we ought to always be quick to credit, to give glory and honor to God for all that He does for us. It is His grace, not diligence, not your effort, none of those things. It is the grace of God that enables you and I to be successful. It is the grace of God that brings the people your way. It is the grace of God that brings your customers. It is the grace of God that makes you become a public figure. People know you. So everything is just the grace of God. It's just the grace of God. It's the grace of God. And we cannot make it sound like it is your effort or my effort, and that I can be diligent outside of the grace of God. It doesn't work. It is the grace of God that enables us. It's the grace of God that serves as an engine for diligence. Okay? The grace of God provides the heavenly crude oil that enables you and I to do what we do with great diligence every day. And that grace is available for you. That grace is available for you, beloved. It's a grace. Grace, grace, God's grace. Grace that will pardon and cleanse within. Grace, grace, God's grace. Grace that is greater than all our sins. The grace of God that is greater than our sins, greater than our abilities, greater than our diligence, greater than everything. It is the grace of God that enables us. And that grace today has enabled me to walk from Taylor Tie back in, cross to the other side, all the way, circle, all the way. I wish I could. Let me show you. You see the distance right beyond those trees, beyond those bushes, all the way behind. Behind, all the way, far, far, in miles. That's how far I have walked. The grace of God enabling me. And so, my friends, that grace is sufficient for you also today. It will enable you to also embark on a walk if only you trust Him. If you put your trust in Him, if you put your faith in Him, He will give you the grace to do the same. Let me cross this and not be in the way of traffic. So here I am, Pastor Pimpong, about to cross Highway 29, go over the bridge, and that's Highway 29. My church is right there. Okay? The church is right there. And here I am. I've walked all this distance. All Nations Evangelical Church is right there, behind the bushes, in the shopping area. So here we are. See Highway 29? Highway 29 north. 29 north goes that way, and the south goes that way. So that's 29. That's the highway, and I'm crossing that bridge. Highway. That's the highway. 29 north, 29 south. Okay. See, that's 29. That's the bridge. Over the bridge, 29. This is going towards Charlotte, 29. And then turn around. It's going towards Bridgeville, Danville, Virginia, and Eden. Okay. So this is Pastor Pimpong. The Lord has enabled me to walk this distance, and I really appreciate it. It's quite a feat for me. When I started, I didn't know I would continue to complete. I didn't set out to walk around. Yes, miles, I want to walk many more miles than this miles. But it was not my plan to go around the whole, all the way. But when I started walking and the fresh air started hitting my lungs and all that. I said, oh wow, the air is sweet, why not walk? And here I am, okay, and here I am. I'm walking, heading towards Taylor Tie, where my car is, to go and pick up my car. Wow. Wow, it's quite a walk. I thank God. So you see, that's the shopping center. Walmart is over there, and my church building is right between Walmart and Dollar Tree, which is right at the corner here. I wish I could show you. So you have Zasby. This is Zasby over here. IHOP. It's right there. International House of Pancakes. There. Zasby. This is the ABC store. And then Walmart is over there. Zips is right in there, the car wash place. Zaxby, Walmart. Then you have Dollar Tree right there with the green vines. And next to Dollar Tree is the church, All Nations Evangelical Church. It is swallowed up in the back there. And then Walmart. So this is what you see. And it's a very busy place. You can see 29 North. This is 29 North, directly to that place. Okay. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Foreign Advantage. You have Lowe's shopping center right there. And then you have the shops, all this Pyramid, Walmart, the shops at Pyramids, AT&T, and all that. IHOP restaurant. So you have Advanced Auto. IHOP, that's the eatery place. You know, once in a while you go and eat, it's fine. That's Abby's restaurant, Wendy's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, Lowe's, and then you have Bojangles over there, chicken place. And across the streets you have the NTB car maintenance shop. You know, instead of crossing, I'm going to go around here. And go through here. It's Advanced Auto. It's safer that way, I hope. It's the Advanced Auto. It's easy, less traffic to contend with. So now you have the NTB Tire Service Centers. It's also a shop, a fix things. NTB. Yeah. No, I don't have a dog. Yeah, I see. They are begging for food here. Amen. So, NTB. So you have Taylor Tie, the NTB. So this is how I started from here, and I'm ending this place. It's been quite a walk, but I enjoy it, my beloved. But it's showing me that my battery is almost done, and rightfully so, because I've had it on all this walk. I've had it on, and so my battery is about to go. It's already giving me warning, but thank God that it carried me all the way through and back to Taylor Tie, which is right there. So I'm just about to get to Taylor Tie, and the concluding part of my early morning walk with Jesus Christ today. Beloved, it's been a pleasure bringing today's walk, the entire walk. Well, I won't say entire walk. It was just I started right on White Oak Street. So it's about more than 3/4 of the walk is what I am bringing to you. More than 3/4 of the walk is what I'm bringing to you today. Okay, almost about 4 miles. 4 miles of the walk is what I am bringing to you today. And I pray that you've been encouraged and been blessed by it and been motivated to also want to walk. Perhaps not 4 miles, maybe 1 mile. Start a little bit and build it up to where you can walk across the whole neighborhood. Listen, this is Pastor Pimpong, wishing you all of God's grace and all of God's peace on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. May the Lord bountifully bless and prosper the work of your hands this day. Bless you with joy that will give you strength. Be blessed. This is Pastor Pimpong, about to enter into the facility. About to enter into the facility. So, amen. About to enter. God bless. Bye-bye.